So hello, welcome back to Go Again Gaming. Just wanted to do a quick video and let you know that there's going to be some Age of Sigmar content on the channel very, very soon. Because me and my mates have got into it quite heavily over the last week or so. I have already procured about 1,500 points, maybe more, of Seraphon. And my mate Josh is going to be playing Stormcast, and my other mate Jared is Cities of Sigmar. We also met a guy at the shop as well who had just got into Age of Sigmar after exclusively playing 40k for a while, who's going to be playing Skaven. So a lot of the people that you might see in the battle reports that I intend to do all have different armies. So it's going to make for some interesting matchups, yeah, I've just been really getting into it. It's a very, very encapsulating and addictive hobby when you start making all of your sort of miniatures, albeit the first time I made my first unit of Saurus warriors, the sprues and the arms and the legs and the torsos were all in different places where they shouldn't have been, so that was definitely a learning curve, getting used to that, but follow the book. Don't sort of try and do it yourself without following the instructions, because there are instructions in the box. Make sure you do that, because it make it easier for you. But everything since that unit of first Saurus warriors are pretty flawless. The Croxagores are probably my favourite. I'm going to be playing Seraphon, the lizard men or the lizard folk. They were called lizard men back in the day. I remember the book with the Slan Starmaster on it with the red border. That was what I remember. I used to have the old Warhammer red book with the just Warhammer across it back in the day. My uncle got me into it back then. He was playing the Demons of Khorne, I think it was, with the big bloodthirster, but he also had like Nurgle and the Keeper of Secrets, Slanesh, and the big Winds of Change eagle bloke. What was his name? Tzinch, I think. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think they do exist. I think they do exist in the Chaos faction of the Age of Sigmar. Different orders. There's like order, Chaos, Destruction, and is it Death? I think it's Death, isn't it? But yeah, can't wait to get into this game. It's going to be really, really fun. We played our first game of Age of Sigmar last Sunday, and it was an utter shit show. It really was. We were sharing phases, we were sharing different turns, we were basically sharing turns. We didn't know what we was doing. We didn't really interpret the rules correctly, because there's a bit of confusion. Like in the combat phase, you do have a simultaneous active player fights and then the opposing player fights. And we looked at that rule and was like, well, if that's the case, maybe we should just do that for everything. So you move, I move. You shoot, I shoot. And that's not the case whatsoever. It can be the case in certain circumstances if you use things like command points. We weren't using command points in that game. We weren't using battle tactics. We weren't using battle formations. We weren't using like artifacts and hero powers and stuff that you can customize your heroes and army with at the start, like the artifacts of power and stuff. We weren't using any of that. So I just can't wait to really sort of get into it to a much more deeper and knowledgeable degree. I know that this game it can be played very, very competitively. There's a lot of lists and there's a meta out there, and people try and break this game just like they do every other game, right? But I do like the fact that it's a move your guys or move your characters and fight and roll dice. And there's loads of other sort of battle maps and terrain and objective points and everything, and battle tactics that you can try and score and objectives that you can try and hold to really make each game different and interesting. Yeah, I cannot wait to really get into it. And yeah, it's going to be quite varied battles that we're going to be able to fight and hopefully showcase here on Go Again Gaming. Yeah, I hope to bring some high quality battle reports of exclusively 4th edition going forward, and 4th edition luckily had just come out when we got into it, so a couple of months ago, maybe 4 months ago, I think 4th edition came out. So a great time to start playing. If you ever sort of thought about it, then you should probably jump in now while 4th edition is still fresh. It's a really easy way to learn. After playing our first slap chop game of Age of Sigmar, we then sort of took a step back and looked at all the rules and stuff, and it really does tend to make sense now looking back at it. I think we did dive into the deep end, to be honest. We could have played like the spearhead format, But no, we just went all in. I think I brung 1,500 points worth of Seraphon to the table, and then me and my other mate, who was just there to spectate, really, he got involved as well, and we were sort of co-piloting my 1,500 point army against Josh's Stormcast and Jared's Age of Sigmar. So it was like a 2v2 almost, which doesn't really work either, because my whole Seraphon army was facing down a bunch of Fusiliers and Steam Cannons, and bloody Stormcast heroes and Drakes and stuff. So it was tough for me, because I only had the one army, whereas, you know, the other team had the Stormcast Eternals and the Fusiliers, and the Fusiliers were also able to gun down my Saurus Astrolith Bearer very, very quick within the game, when that shouldn't be happening because of the guarded hero rule and all of this. But yeah, it's been a fantastic sort of learning curve. We really, really did jump in at the deep end. We were all really invested already. I've already started painting a unit of Saurus Warriors, which, again, the first unit that I paint is probably going to be crap by sort of table game standards, or sort of match ready standards. But we all have to learn. We all have to start somewhere, right? So maybe I'll give an update on my painting as the next video, potentially, where we're at with that. But all in all, just very, very enjoying getting into this game, and I think it's probably going to be the game that I play the most of on a week-to-week basis with regards to anything tabletop related, TCGs, board games. Age of Sigmar is probably going to be the game that I play the most of on a week-to-week basis, just because I have local friends that want to play it, right? So yeah, it's looking good. And should be a lot of variance, not variance, but varied content with regards to what armies and what battles you will see going forward, because the content for this game is pretty endless, and yeah, it just seems like a load of fun. So I cannot wait to bring you some Age of Sigmar content, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll see you soon. Cheers, folks.